everyone! In this tutorial we will be crocheting the easiest worsted hat ever. This pattern comes in 7 sizes, so please check out the drop-down description box below for additional information. Thank you for watching, now let's get started! For materials, you will need a worsted weight yarn and 153 yards of it, an 5.25mm crochet hook, pair of scissors, and a yarn needle for weaving in ends. To begin, create a slip knot of your choice. Insert your hook into the slip knot and pull on the working yarn to cinch down that slip knot a little bit. Now chain 38. To chain, yarn over and pull the yarn through the loop on your hook. Here I have 3 chains, and you can see them by the V's that they make. This loop on your hook never counts as a chain. Continue until you have 38 chains, and then I will meet back up for the next step. Here I have 38 chains and ready to begin row 1. For row 1, we're going to single crochet into the second chain from hook. So counting back 1, 2, into this chain we're going to single crochet. Insert your hook, grab your yarn and pull up a loop. I have 2 loops on my hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops. Single crochet into your next chain. Now we're going to half double crochet into each remaining chain. To half double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into the chain, grab your yarn and pull up a loop. I have 3 loops on my hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. We're going to do this into each chain all the way back. Once I get to the very end, I will meet back up and we can start the next row. Once you get to the end of row 1, chain 1 and turn to begin row 2. Row 2, we're going to half double crochet back loop only all the way along our work, and then when we get to the very last 2 stitches, we're going to single crochet back loop only. To half double crochet back loop only, yarn over, and we're going to be grabbing only the back loop of our stitch. So again, there are the V's from our work, and we have the front loop, which is the one closest to us, and the back loop, which is back here. So going from the top of the stitch, I'm only grabbing that 1 yarn to the back of the stitch. Grabbing my working yarn, pulling up a loop. There are my 3 loops for the half double crochet, yarning over and pulling through all 3 loops. So we're going to be doing this all the way back, and once we have only 2 stitches remaining, I will meet back up and we can do a single crochet back loop only. Here I have only 2 stitches remaining, and as you see, when we do the half double crochet back loop only, it pushes that front loop forward and creates a beautiful texture for our hat. To single crochet back loop only, you're going to do the same thing and grab that back loop only, insert your hook, grab your yarn and pull up a loop. I have 2 loops on my hook, yarn over and pull through both loops. And you're going to do that again for the last stitch. Chain 1 and turn to begin row 3. As a reminder, we should have 37 stitches. Now to begin row 3, we're going to single crochet back loop only our first 2 stitches, and then half double crochet back loop only all of our remaining stitches. At the end of the row, chain 1 and turn. Here I have come to the very end of row 3, and I just wanted to show you what those last 2 stitches look like at the end of your row. Make sure to count your stitches. You should still have 37 stitches. So from here we're just going to chain 1, turn, and then repeat row 2 and row 3 until we have 38 rows. Here I have completed 38 rows. My work measures 19 inches across and 11 inches tall. From here we're going to fold our hat. You want to make sure the ribs are going up and down and not side to side. As you see here, because of the single crochet, our hat is narrower at the top than it is at the bottom. Now I'm going to slip stitch the open end of my hat closed. You can slip stitch it closed, or you can use a yarn needle and sew it closed. So once my hook is back into the working loop, I'm just going to grab those 2 yarns from one side of the hat and also the back side of the chain from our original row, just like that. Grab my working yarn and pull it through, and then also through the loop on my hook. We're just going to do this into each stitch all the way down. As you work along, you want to make sure that this end is even. So as you go, just hold this even like this, and just keep placing slip stitches until you're all the way at the end. Once you have slip stitched all the way to the end, you just want to snip your yarn if you've got extra, then grab that tail and pull it through the last loop on your hook. Then go ahead and grab your yarn needle and sew in these ends. Now grabbing your yarn needle and a small piece of yarn about this length, we are going to sew the top of the hat closed. So you want to turn your work, and I like to start in this spot where we either sewed or slip stitched the hat closed. I'm then going to just put in my yarn needle, and leaving a long tail, just put a knot at the end. From here we're going to grab the yarn needle and sew into each rib of the hat across like this. So you're just going to go from one side to the other into that first rib. And see, I have a large loop here, and then here's another rib right here. There's another loop. And then just continue in this fashion all the way around. When we only grab the ribs of the hat, it makes a really smooth closure when we close the hat up. Here we are at the very end, and I'm going to go back into that same space that we started in. Just maybe a little bit away from it like this. Take off my yarn needle for now. And now grabbing those 2 ends like this, we're just going to gently pull on the one that was attached to our yarn needle. And then you can use that other tail and make a few knots. And as you see from using that method, there's almost no hole at the top of the hat. Go ahead and sew in these ends. Now I'm going to show you a quick way to add a pom-pom if you want one. Alright, so here's my hat and a finished faux fur pom-pom, and I made this pom-pom myself. They're pretty easy to make. I will leave a link in card form up at the top of the screen. Okay, so my faux fur pom-poms have these 2 strings that come off them like this, and it makes them really easy to attach to a hat. So what I do is just take the strings and go on each side of the hat like this. Then I take my crochet hook, put it up inside the hat, and on one side I grab one yarn and pull it through, and then I insert my hook again, opposite of the first string, grab the second string, and also pull that through. And then the strings are on the inside of the hat like this, and you can just give them a good tie. If you want, you can tie them and then re-sew them into your pom-pom if you want it really secure, or if you want to just add a bow like this, your pom-pom can be removable. Well, that is all for this easiest worsted hat ever. I hope you enjoy making this super fun and super easy hat. Thank you so much for watching, commenting, liking, sharing, and subscribing. Have a lovely crochet day, and I hope to see you again in my next tutorial. Bye!